Hello, good morning and welcome back to CaterGraphics. Today I have some list of names from our logo providers. So they designed a couple of logos for us to review today. So here we have Sammy Keys, we have Franklin, we have C Black, we have Fevi, we have Matthew Anthony. Is it Matthew Anthony or Matthew Anthony? Okay, we have Oluwatumi, we have Emmanuel, we have Eminent or Oliminate. This should be Eminent. So Eminent, we have Official Dave, we have Joseph, Emmanuel, we have Ernest. I don't know if Joseph and Ernest is the same person because the same logo you guys presented. I don't know if you guys work hand in hand to prepare this work. We have Theo, we have Charles, and we have Tohib. Okay, these are the list based on the submission in the group. Okay, if you don't know where you are, this is CaterGraphics, and we have a group on Facebook and on WhatsApp, and we prepare stuff like this. These are works from students and these are up for review. I am out to review or go through these works and tell where I like and what I just don't like, so you can know how to pick your corrections based on font, based on gradient style, based on color, and so on. So without wasting much time, let's get right into it. So number one we have here, I don't know why this logo find it difficult to be selected. Number one we have here, I don't know, this could be from Tohib, I think Tohib or Sammy Keys. So this logo is perfectly okay for me. I like the look, I like the color gradient usage, and I also like the way you, let me zoom closely so you guys see. I also like this angle, the way you curved it, and this outer sketch of the arrow is having a lighter gradient while the inside on having a darker blue, which make this look more like an arrow. Kudos for that, you did perfectly well. I like the gradient usage here, and I also like the icon usage here. Okay, now the one thing you are missing in this project is this particular logo concept is missing the idea of forwardness. Okay, so this logo, you could make it look a little bit forwarded by let me see if I can have a walk around with that. I can't even edit most of your logos you sent. Most of you guys logos you sent, I couldn't edit it, but let me see what I can do with this over here. Very good. So it could be a little more twisted like this. You understand what I'm saying? I hope you understand exactly what I mean by that. So that is it for this. You can just twist it a little and make it look better before you start publishing on your page. So next is this logistic. You can make it a little bit smaller so you can align with this part of the speed effect. Okay, so let me zoom closely. So this is what I mean. I want it basically to align with this part of the speed effect. So this is okay. It should also align with this part of the arrow icon. Okay, so with that understood, I like the font you used here. The bottom one, you could use a slimmer font, not very bold font, and everything will be okay. So we go over to number two. This is a logo designed by, I think is Franklin or Charles. Okay, so this logo, I like the concept you used here, but what I don't like, okay, I think it still goes well with the A sign. I like the way you curve this in here and the arrow joining with the A. Now let me tell you something about shapes. Okay, when making a shape, make sure all parts look the same. Okay, so you are making this shape look more, let me zoom closely. So if you are making this particular shape here look too have a peak and look too sharp, you are going to make the same with this other part. You are not supposed to make a part of a shape look a way the other part doesn't look, especially if it is the same font type. See this part, we have the shape here, it looks pointed here, but here it looks very curved. That is confusion in design concept. Okay, so you're gonna correct that before you publish on your own channel. Make sure you correct that before you publish. So these two, you're having the same issues. If you want to make a logistic logo, make sure some part of it are moving forward, not just like I made the correction in the first one. And also align your L to rhyme with this part, that is the typography error you are having here. Make sure you make the alignment. This L starts from this point and this S ended perfectly well. Okay, I like the way this S ended here. It's perfect. Now another thing I noticed in your design is this. If you zoom closely, you look at this A. This point, it seems as if this is a different arrow on its own, which I just don't perfectly like. Okay, this part look like a different arrow. You could merge it together with this other part, so if you are creating your effect, it look more realistic and nicely finished. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So this one here is by Theo or C Black, I think. So we have a couple of issues we'll be facing here. One is this point. You have a problem at this angle. Okay, make sure this angle is aligned accordingly. You understand that? Align it accordingly to align with this A. So peradventure, this is what I mean. So if you take the line segment tool, you draw and erase that particular part. I don't know why the line segment tool is having an issue, probably because I didn't okay, so when you notice your tools are jumping pixels, you come here and disable. You go to Windows, you go to View, then come down, disable this snapped pixel. Okay, so now we can continue. So now I select the line segment tool. I can draw from this part. You see what I'm doing? So let's add a little bit of stroke so you can understand what we are doing. Okay, so this line segment tool, you can just go from this angle and cut. What I don't want is this part that comes out here. So make sure this part is removed and everything will be well with you in Jesus' name. Amen. So that is it. This other part, I like the effect you use here. You can also make it curved like I said in the other ones, and align the L to start with this last line. That alignment in typography, it means a lot to me if it doesn't mean a lot to you. So this one is the next one we'll be working with. This is by Joseph Emmanuel or by Favy. Favor did this or Joseph did this. So let's see what I can do here. So everything works perfectly well here. I like the way you curved this. You actually got this very well, but we got it a little twisted here because the curves here is not the same with what we have above here. So how do we know that is true? We are going to draw a line from here. We are going to draw a line from here. Very good. Then we are going to use the curvature tool to move. Okay, we are not going to do that. We are going to use the free transform tool to move this one at the bottom to the left. Okay, so now let me apply a color so you see what we are actually doing. Okay, and I'll make it transparent. I'll make it transparent. So here is where you make transparency. Okay, if you don't see it, go to your Windows, you search for transparency, you will see it over here. Okay, so here is where you make transparency. I will reduce transparency to like 50% so we can be seen through our work. So you see the problem we have here. See the problem we have here is this. This particular shape should look like this or more like this. Okay, even if it's extended to this angle, there should just be a little extension to this angle. So this part that comes extra here shouldn't be available there. It doesn't make any sense to be present there. Makes the whole font look wacky. The same applies to this A here. I think this A is okay the way it is, but this P, I don't like the alignment here. I don't like it, but the curves here, you did well. I like the way you use your shadows here, the way you use gradients, mixing up with shadows. I like it very well. And this your logistics. Do not put your logistic inside a shape. Don't do this in logo design. The logistic, do not put it inside a shape and make sure it extends at this end. There are situations you make this possible. I will tell you that in the future tutorial, but do not for now add a shape, add your text inside a shape. So the next one, we are hitting it up and we are rounding it up gradually. So this one is perfectly cool with me. I don't understand what this is. This line here is too slim or too tiny for it, and you have some wacky stuffs going on around here. Okay, we have some problem at this angle. We have some wacky stuffs going on around here. I don't understand. And still the same here. You're gonna fix that. Make sure this place is smoothly placed before you post on your channel or on your page. Okay, make sure you do that before you post on your page. Logistics, extend it to come closer to this part and this S over here, so you'll be good with that. So this one I like it too, but the idea of using a vehicle, I don't buy it. I don't buy the idea of using a vehicle. You can either use just this effect, and it's not, the designs is not all about icons, but it's all about concepts. Okay, so using a vehicle, I don't buy the idea, but still we can go with this. I like it too. It's good for the start, and I like the way you use the effects at the back here. Nobody have done this in the previous ones I reviewed. I like the way you use this effect over here. The PA is okay. It mustn't come with an arrow at the front. Then logistic, I love this so much. I love this. Kudos for this. I love the use of font here, the tiny use of font here. So you use a bold font here. You're not supposed to use a bold font here. I like what you did right here. This is very perfect, but align it to work along with this last line and make sure it aligns to this A. Okay, this is perfect. I like what you did here. So the next one we will be visiting is this. This is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. Eminent, you did very well. Align your L to work perfectly with this and S to get to this extent. I don't know what this one means, if it is Elo that is here, but I understand the P here and I understand everything works well here. But this angle, you make sure this angle looks smooth. I don't like this curved edge, and this doesn't align well here. Let me show you what that means. So we draw our arrow from here. You see what I want? This is an extra shape that I don't want. This one over here, let me zoom closely. You see this one over here is an extra shape I don't want. So get it off before you publish to your Instagram handle. So another one is, I think this is okay. Another problem I'm facing with you here is the gradient shape you use here. The gradient here look as if there is a line at this angle. So I'm seeing a line at this angle. Make sure your gradient, no one notice the line or point through which it is positioned. Okay, so the next, let's get to the next one. This is this one, I know who it comes from. This is from Official Dave. This is exceptional. I like the use of fonts here, is so out of the world. I love it so much, and I love the way you mix this P and A. It looks very, very realistic. But one thing I want you to do before you publish, if you have published already, you delete and you have to make your correction, then you publish again. I'm talking to you, Dave. Okay, so what you're going to do is you are going to make this point, this angle. Let me show you the angle I'm talking about. You're going to make this particular angle over here. You're going to make it the same color gradient with this one, so someone know that this is P and A is coming to this angle. A comes all this way. Okay, A goes like this. So you're going to make this blue again and this blue, and with that understood, some people will know that this is actually a P and an A. Another place you have an issue is this angle. This place, I want you to make this, your lines, a little bit bolder. And this gradient you use here, remove this yellow. I don't like the yellow. It is out of the sketch. Let it be red and this dark orange. Okay, let it be red and dark orange there. Your logistic, you don't have any problem. Align it to work perfectly with this angle. Let it point at this point, and the C is perfect where it is. So kudos with your work. I like what you did. So next is I don't know who the name is, but I think this should be either Joseph Emmanuel or Ernest. Okay, so this is a perfect, nice work. I like the way you use your curves here. I like the way you curved, and I have to talk about your color. I like the color you used here too. Purple is still okay for a logistic company. Okay, so but to make this applicable on darker backgrounds, okay, you have to make this logistic the same color as this and make this A in this P the same as this P. Okay, let me show you why you need to do that. So peradventure your client post this work on a black background. So this is a black background. So this is a black background. Peradventure, I'm supposed to do this in other projects, but I just have to do it in one. So rather than posting a black background, see the problem we're having, they'll be finding it difficult to locate this A. But if it is this P, if you make it a little bit lighter, it will be recognizable in both white and black background. Your logistic is going to be the same color with this orange gradient here, so it will work in both white and black background. Okay, with that understood, everything there works perfectly well. So the next is from Theo, I think. Theo, you made this. I love what you did. Okay, I love what you did. This is a totally different concept, not like following what every other person do, like the P and A as the icon. Every other thing they do there is very perfect. Using P and A as an icon, it works perfectly well. Using an icon exceptionally works well, but using an icon exceptionally, sometimes the client might say this is not originally mine. I want something that is associated with my letters to show this is a creative work. You understand that? So that is it. It's perfect the way it is. I like the use of arrow here. I like everything is perfect here. One thing I would like to comment about is you could also move this P a little bit back. Okay, then the logistic, make sure it gets to this angle. Okay, so that is perfectly well. And next time, make sure your P and A is a little bolder and your icon is a little bolder. Let your icon not take too much bold shapes and make your font irrelevant. Why you should do that is when I zoom out and you view your logo from afar, you can see this logo work very well, but you can't see the name. Okay, this one I can see the logo and I can see the name. This one I can see the logo, I can see all of this, I can see the logo and the name. But this one I can't see the name anymore. Your logo icon works perfectly well, but next time you can then align this P A logistic to the front side. So you say P and A at the front here, this angle, just align it to this particular angle. Not at the bottom, at the right side, and make it a little bolder to match exactly with this font. You can do that before publishing on your handle. Okay, this one, next one, you didn't provide me. This person is Charles. You didn't provide me the PNG. I asked you to provide PNG, but just provided this one. I still have to manage it. Next time I won't take a JPG for a review. Okay, so this is perfectly well. Did a very nice job. I love the concept you use here. I love everything here. I don't think there's anything much to correct in your work. You can just make this to go forward a little, like I commented in the previous ones. Go forward a little and everything will be fine. I think everything is okay in your logo. I like this. If I'm a client, I will take that. I will take that. Okay, so the last and final one, final but not the least, is this by Toheb. Toheb, you did a wonderful work here. All of you are having the issue of aligning this. You either align this to work with this first line, or you align it to work with the last line, which is this one. Okay, first line in the icon or last line in the icon, or first line in the font. That is it. Okay, you don't align this anywhere you want it to be. Okay, so you align that and also align this at this other edge. With that understood, every other thing here is okay. I like the way you use your gradient here and also make this part darker, and your A, I like the stylish A you use here and the P you use here. Everything is perfect. I love your work. I think this is it for today. So let's go over to our mockups and see what wonderful mockups you guys did. So this is it. We have this couple mockups from us. I like this concept. I just picked the most important or most related mockups and I want to talk about this. So you use mockups for a business brand based on what the concept that business brand is producing. Okay, so these mockups works well for us. You know, logistic companies, they can have notes for have their this thing for making notes. This works. This is not a mockup. This is not a mockup. Okay, so I love these two. I love this so much. I love this so much. This project is awesome. This project is awesome. I'm gonna score you guys after now. This project is awesome. Okay, I have to check the color variants, fonts, and the mockup you used before I give you guys your star ratings. Okay, I'm gonna come back and give you guys your ratings. I love this. This is my best mockups I handpicked. See, this is very related to what they deliver in boxes. deliver with van. I like this. I like this. This could be their office. This is a box also for delivery. This is a paper for presentation. It's okay. And this is the delivery man. You don't use make sure this face is permitted to be. And now look at this mock-up. The problem we have in this mock-up. This mock-up, if you are placing a mock-up on a dark background, make sure the mock-up is white. You see your logistic is dark. I can't see through. The logistic here is not twisted. Make sure it aligns very well. Okay. You see how it works very well on a white background. Make sure you use white on a darker background and black on a brighter background. I like the way you use this on the background. This reducing the opacity here, eminent, you did very well there. So I love this also. Who did this? Who did this? This is very awesome. Preparing everything in one. I like the concept you have here. Okay, so I like this too. I like this. This is a very nice concept we got there. I like this. I love this so much. This is the vehicle and this is the font and this is from the background. Okay, I like this too. I like this so much. You can also deliver with paper bags. I think these boxes, I like it. I like this too. I like this. I like this so much. Delivery man showing the brand concepts. I like this too. A delivery man with a box. I like this. A bike man on the side and the logo at this other side. I think that is all we have for our mock-ups. So let's get back to our projects and rates. So for number one, I'm rating from the scale of 1 to 10. Okay, rating from the scale of 1 to 10. I will start from number 1. So number 1, you did a very nicely work. For this project. I'm going to rate you 6 over 10. Okay, 6 over 10. You did a very nice work. So number 2, you did a very nice work too. I like the fact you use your gradients well. I talked about sliding this, and also your font. The P here looks tiny and this A looks bolder. It's still okay, but you could make this P to look bolder. The same with this A. So for this, I'm scoring you. I'm rating you the same 6 over 10. So you did very well. Number 3, you did very well. I don't like the use of gradient here. You see how it works here. It matches now with the white background. I can't see very well. So if you are using a gradient and you know this is going to work on black, make sure the gradient is going to work on black only. And if you know it's going to work on white, let it work on white. So this one now have a black font, and you're using this one a bright background. So this is not going to work in a black background. It's not also going to work in a bright background. So make sure you make all these to become blue to work perfectly well. I like that. I'm also rating you 6 over 10. You did very well. So for this one, I also rate you the color you use here. I'm not a fan of this color. It's either blue or purple. This color is dark blue. It doesn't work very well. Color speaks well. Blue stands for standards. Blue stands for vibrance, enthusiasm. Blue stands for anything energetic. Okay, so you have to use a dark blue. It won't work very well. So I'm scoring you 6 over 10 too. You did very well. So this also, I made some mentions of you making some corrections in these edges. I'm scoring you 6 over 10. I like this work. You tried very well. You are scored 6 over 10 too. This work over here, I think this is very nice work. I'm scoring you eminent. I'm scoring you 7 over 10. Okay. Dave, you did a very nice work here. I like the fact, and I made some corrections about this angle and also your font extension and also this part, making it blue. You have to make those corrections. You did very well here. I'm scoring you 8 over 10. Okay, this is a very nicely works. This one too is very nice. I like the use of color and the way you aligned everything and the swap you made here. I'm scoring you 7 over 10. So this one is a wonderful work. If not the font, how small it is, I don't like the font, and the use of your mock-up, I really enjoyed it. So I'm scoring you the same with Dave, 8 over 10. Okay, so this one over here, I like what you did here. I score you 7 over 10. And this lastly here, I like the way this looks. This is wonderful. This wonderful work. So I'm scoring you the same 8 over 10. So that is it for it today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial and review. So you guys should make the correction before publishing on your handle. If I didn't review your own project, I'm very sorry about that. Send it over to me. I will personally review it with you. Okay, so that's it with what we have today, and we'll be meeting again next time to make some logo review. Remember, our every Tuesday logo review and redesign comes every week, every Tuesday. We didn't do this week because I had some projects at hand. So you can send me your personal projects for me to review, and if it's got selected at the end of the week, by the next week Tuesday, I will be featuring it in my YouTube channel for a review. Thank you all. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Remain blessed and creative. Once again, this is Manuel signing out from CaterGraphics.